Hey, it's Cliff, and the question was asked, what can I do at this point? So I figured we can kind of talk about that today. Now, I know this snapshot was done probably at least 2 years ago. So if you don't remember if it was done on Celsius or not, you just go into the app, go into your portfolio, you scroll down, and you're going to see an image that's going to look like this that shows the Flare token. So if you see that, unfortunately, yes, your snapshot took place on Celsius Network. So anyway, I do have a tweet from Hugo here. He kind of explains a little bit more. If you don't know who Hugo is, he is the CEO of Flare. And so this guy asked him, what will happen to all the Flare that is supposed to be airdropped to Celsius Network if they go belly up? I had a third of my airdrop headed there. Any thoughts? And he responded, we would try to work with Celsius, or if the worst happened, the receivers to work something out. Can't promise anything. This is the risk inherent with using a centralized platform. So obviously they're going to try and work with Celsius, but they can't do much if Celsius isn't going to work with them. There is a method that they could use where they could reroute your tokens from the Celsius wallet to a different wallet, but it's gonna depend on Celsius actually communicating with them. So he did have a follow-up tweet here where he said that I've reached out to Celsius. I will do my best to make sure that Celsius users can get their Flare. I can't guarantee anything at this point. So if I'm reading between the lines of what's going on here, he reached out to them, but they have not responded. I don't know that for a fact because I'm not in his DMs. This is just what I'm guessing. If he had some information, he'd probably tell us at this point. And I would assume with everything going on with Celsius Network right now, your Flare airdrop is probably not the first thing on their mind. So it's not something they're working currently. So unfortunately, that is where we're at. It is possible for them to reroute the tokens, but they're going to need some communication at this point to see if Celsius is actually going to work with Flare. Now, just to kind of hit on the Flare roadmap, this is expected to launch 4th of July. So I believe that's next week. And that is when the first initial distribution of tokens was actually going to take place. You can see here FL01. Go down here to our key, and it says Flare launch, main network launch, and distribution of the initial 15% of tokens. So my main issue here is when you leave, or rather when you're trying to get a distribution from these exchanges, a lot of times they don't respond. So like right here, I have Songbird, and right here is no comment. All of these exchanges here didn't respond. They don't typically care about the airdrops. This is more work for them. It doesn't happen. And as you can see, Coinbase is one of the main ones on here too. I've had people in my comment sections quite a bit asking like, what is going on with Coinbase? Why are they not giving my Songbird airdrop? And that it's just something that they didn't respond to. So that's kind of what you deal with when you're expecting to get an airdrop from an exchange. They could go under, or they just not respond. That's just how it goes. Now, when it comes to Coinbase, I will give them some credit. They did respond when it came to the Spark airdrop. That's this Flare airdrop that's going out. They did say, yes, we are going to take place in this. But at this point, I'm not really certain. I don't know if they're actually going to do it. They said they would do it, but then I think this was before all of the craziness going on with the SEC. So they're taking a risk to distribute these tokens to you where the SEC could come back later and say, hey, you just sent out a bunch of securities, now you got to pay us a huge fine. So just reading into this, Coinbase could easily have a risk management team that says, why should we do this at this point? We're taking a huge risk sending these tokens out, and we don't have the money right now, especially with the way the crypto market is right now. We're losing a lot of money. Layoffs are happening in a lot of these exchanges, and I believe Coinbase had a 20% layoff recently. Don't quote me on the number, but I remember seeing something like that. And that's just what comes when we're in a bear market. So they could easily say the risk is not worth giving you these tokens. So at this point, we're dealing with exchanges closing down or going bankrupt, and also exchanges that just don't want to respond for these tokens. So if you're someone who is still wanting to be in crypto at this point, I would highly suggest you get a Ledger wallet. This is going to be your peace of mind at night because you control your own crypto. You don't have to worry about Celsius going under or whatever exchange you're using, or not getting your airdrop, you could easily go to like XRP Toolkit and have this programmed with your ledger, and you're fine. You know that you're gonna get your airdrop. So I would definitely suggest you look into something like this, because it just helps so much with just the ease of mind. Like, trust me on this one. So one thing I will say is you need to go to the official website. And I say that because there's a lot of like fake websites out there. There's people who want to buy these ledgers, create a fake website that they throw up, and then they program the ledger themselves where they can pull the seed phrase, and then somebody who probably hasn't used the ledger before comes in, they use that seed phrase, and then the scammer just kind of takes your money from you from there. So I'm going to link down below the official website. So use that, because that's the safest way for you to do it. Definitely don't go somewhere like, I don't know, like Amazon and buy a ledger. That is completely ridiculous, and you're defeating the whole purpose of what you're trying to do by securing your crypto. So hit up the link. It's in the description. But I figure we can kind of just look at these. Like, if you're looking for a cheap option, you can just go here with the Nano S Plus. And if I pull it up, it's $79 right now. It's really, for the ease of mind, it's really not that expensive. And you're buying this once, so it's, it'll last you pretty much forever. And I actually have one here to show you. This isn't the S Plus. This is just a S. I bought this many years ago. They didn't actually even have the S Plus at the time. I think the S Plus here has a little bit more room than what this one actually has. And I think they come in different colors too. I think I saw that at one point. I could be wrong on that. But if you're looking for the cheap option, go for it. It's $79, and you'll sleep better at night. But if you're looking for something more heavy duty, they have the Ledger Nano X here, which I do have that one too. This is the big boy. If you're really into crypto, you need something like this. And why I say that is because when it comes to the S, there's a limited amount of space that you can actually put on that. So if you're buying a lot of crypto, a lot of different kinds of crypto, you're gonna fill that up really quickly. And I can actually show you here as I scroll down. This thing supports over 5,500 different tokens, and you can install up to 100 apps on this. So this is gonna cover everything that you need. You buy one of these, you're good and you're secure. So I think this one runs $149. So it's really not even, it's like double the price of the last one. So it really just depends on your needs. Are you just buying Bitcoin? You could probably just get the S and you're good to go. But if you're buying a bunch of crypto, you might want to buy the X here. And really the only big difference besides the space is that this has Bluetooth, so I can connect it to my phone. Personally, that's not something I would recommend doing anyway, because, it's not really convenient, to be honest. Maybe it is for you. Maybe that's something you like, but honestly, I think most people are just using this to secure their crypto, and then they put it away. It's done. I'm not going to have this out, messing with my phone. So definitely better deal. Smaller space. This one's more expensive, but it has Bluetooth on it, and you can use a lot more crypto on it. So if you guys have any questions about those, you can hit me up in the comments. Unfortunately, it looks like I said, Hugo is trying to work this for us, but we don't know if he's going to be able to get through to Celsius. Like I said, I don't think they care at this point. They're worried about their bankruptcy or restructuring their company to get back on their feet. It just depends on which way this is going to go. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Thanks for watching.